And we are live on YouTube. Welcome. My name is Keith Hampton, and I am a very, very happy customer of BitcoinTAF.com. I like to do these calls to introduce as many people as possible to the benefits of what you get here at BitcoinTAF.com. It is an amazing. We are live on YouTube. Welcome. Sorry about that. Just had to fix the sound. So, what I'm going to do today is maybe show you some of the different options and some of the benefits that you have by joining us, because this is an organization that is of the highest integrity and some of the best training that there is in the cryptocurrency space, especially when it comes to investing and trading those coins, trying to grow your net worth. It is the most exciting space to be in as far as an investor and a trader. And quite frankly, I believe it's going to outperform every other market in the world over the next 5 years. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen today and just give you an idea of some of the things that we have to offer. So when you come to Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, you come to the website, and then you may want to just click on the products and just have a peruse of all the different products that we have. Now, there's something here for everybody. The good news is that we have basically a quiz that you can take to find out just what kind of a trading style that you have. And you can be anywhere from a long-term investor where you simply buy and hold over 6 months, maybe over 2 years. And there you want to know what the market's going to do in the future. And I recommend that if you are a long-term investor, you may want to subscribe to Marius's long-term trend reports, as well as his reports called the Elliott Wave chart patterns. In fact, if money is an issue, I would recommend the Elliott Wave chart patterns, because you will get all of the altcoins as well as Bitcoin, what's happening, what's going to happen, and how you can prepare yourself and strategize to be in the marketplace. So that is probably a great way to start. And the other thing you may want to look at is training. You know what? As we go forth, everything, in order to be good at any expertise or any field, you need to have training and education. So I highly recommend that you start off with the HODL foundational trading course. You can do it on a self-paced course, and they also have it live course as well, depending on where you are and what timing you have. And once you take that course, it will give you the foundation from where you can then advance into the ultimate trading course. And folks, this ultimate trading course, I got to tell you, I can't believe how inexpensive it is for what they teach you. When you complete that course, I mean, you will have a PhD in trading. You will be your own analyst. That is how good it is. And I've taken courses similar to this in the past, and I got to tell you, I've spent 10 times as much for a course like this and got 1/10 the value. So this is really a phenomenal, phenomenal course. So when you take these courses, you will get a lot of value out of them. Trust me, and you will grow as far as your expertise in this crypto space. And for others who just want to get started with some minor trading, just bear with me a moment. You may want to take a look at the HODL Fire Indicator bot. This is an excellent tool for somebody that wants to trade more frequently, maybe on 2-hour and 4-hour candles. So based on that, I'm going to show you some of the indicators that you get, which are custom made for people like us in the crypto space. And the first indicator is, if you were going to use the HODL indicator, you would end up with the HODL Fire Indicator. This is an excellent tool. I like to use it on about 2-hour time frame candles. And what we're looking for is momentum, pivot tops and pivot bottoms. And then we're looking at, okay, as we go forward, you notice this pivot bottom here is in blue, whereas these other ones are in black. That means that this is a yet to be confirmed a pivot bottom. So to protect myself, how I play this is I'm looking for a pivot bottom, but then I'm looking for a buy tag to increase the probability that it is a bottom. And when I see a buy tag afterwards, I will then go in and set my order. And this is where I'd enter the trade. But to protect my capital, I set a stop loss because it could be a false bottom. So at this point in time, I'm only risking roughly 3-4% of my trade. So if it's $100, I'm risking, about $3.50. So if the trade goes against me. But as that time goes on and the coin is trading up, I move my stop loss up to break even, right about there. Now I've got a risk-free trade going. So no matter what happens, I'm not going to lose any money. And as it keeps going upward, I simply move my stop loss up. Okay, so now I've locked in the profit. And what I'm waiting for is a pivot top. And when I see a pivot top, that's when I would exit the market. So if you look at the past, we would have entered this trade right about here. We would have set the stop loss right about there. And we would have exited this trade right about there. And in this case, we'll show you the risk reward on that. So what you would have done is you would have earned about 8%, and you would have risked about 3.5%. So that's a win-loss ratio, reward ratio of about 2 to 1. I love 2 to 1s and greater in my trades, and so I can lock in those. And this only happened, let's see, over 24 or 36 hours. So these are excellent trades that you can use utilizing this indicator. Now, we have full trading on how to use this indicator, as well as we offer weekly calls on the indicator so that you can talk with the other analysts utilizing it and overcome nuances and different strategies of how to use this indicator. So that is simply utilizing the this HODLfire tool. It's only $31 a month, and it's a super deal. By the way, you can try it out for free for 7 days just by simply typing in this HODLfire 7 in the coupon code area when you do your checkout, and you would get it for 7 days for free to try it out. But I mentioned earlier that you may want to take the foundational HODL course. And then you do, you get another indicator for life. And that indicator is called the HODL indicator. And this is working on much, much tighter time frames where you want to be, I would say, day trading or less, fast pass trading. And this indicator, you're fully trained on how to utilize it, where you're looking for the bottoms where it's starting to break out, it's crossing over certain moving averages, and you're simply riding what we call the mountain. And also watching our lagging span on the Ishimoku cloud, which we call Barney. And in this case, we would have probably entered this trade approximately about here when it started breaking out. And we would be looking at exiting when we're getting to the top of the mountain and we're starting to go sideways. So right about there, we would have exited. And in that situation, you would have scalped a nice little 8% or 7% profit in a very, very short time frame, probably within 4 hours. So that 5 hours. So that's an amazing tool you can use for life, and you can adjust it, put in alerts. So this is a wonderful trading course to get started with. Then when you've gone through that and you want to take the ultimate trade course, you will not only get the best training in the world on trading everything from stocks to Forex to commodities to crypto, but you also get some indicators that are custom built for that market. And what those indicators look like are a little different. You're getting what we call the detonator indicators, A, B, and C. And what we're looking for is trends. We also, with the medium-term trade reports, we get different support and resistance zones. So we know where we're at with support and resistance. And so in this situation, I'm looking for the crossing on the detonator C coming up. I'm looking for a trigger dot and an anchor dot, and I know that this is going to start trending upward, and we are in a bullish sentiment. We are above these other indicators. So I'm, at this stage of the game, looking for a slight more break, and I'd be entering this trade and then setting my stop loss and riding this up into the next zone. Riding up here would be some resistance, and then there would be some more resistance here. So this is another indicator with training that you can realize and analyze the parts. And you can add in other indicators that you learn in the course to augment this as well. So this is some of the beautiful things you have. So again, just to reiterate, if you just want to be a long-term investor, for example, in Bitcoin, and each candle is 3 days, We've had a nice ride, but we've had some retracements. What we want to know is what's going to happen in the future. Are we going to break out, going upward, continue, or are we going to go sideways, or are we going down over the next 2 or 3 months? This is where the long-term trend reports come into play. And the Elliott Wave reports is what I highly recommend, because you will know ahead of time. With Marius's algorithms, the accuracy is just uncanny as to what's going to happen in the future. So I'm already prepared for what's going to come over the next 6 months. I know ahead of time. And I've seen what's happened over the past, and these are played out 100% to his algorithm. So that's the beauty of this course of these products. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for coming on today and hearing about this. And yeah, simply sign up for free, research some of this material, and you won't be wrong. Trust me, it is some of the most accurate, unbiased information you'll get in the cryptocurrency space. So thank you again for joining me today, and hopefully we'll